have a Billy Graham quote on my wall in my office that says, "We are not cisterns made for hoarding. We are channels made for giving." Wherever you're at, wherever you're placed, you need to make a difference through the gifts that you've been given, the privilege that you've been given, and that means making a difference in your community. I grew up in Tipton County, Indiana. Family of 5 children and parents who just served. Being in a small farming community, not many individuals went to college. Education was valued as far as doing well in school, but it wasn't something that was planned or that everyone had access to.
But Brian Shockney, armed with encouragement from teachers and family, had different plans. After high school, he attended Ball State for 2 years before transferring to Indiana University, Kokomo.
Going from a larger school where I felt was one of tens of thousands to one where I was one of hundreds really helped me get a great restart. I found healthcare through my father's work and began working at IU Health Tipton Hospital and fell in love with healthcare. And as I was finishing my bachelor's degree, quickly realized that I wanted to continue my education at IUPUI.
After receiving his master's in health administration, Brian embarked on his career, all the while staying connected to his alma mater.
When I was president of Logansport Memorial Hospital, Indiana University Kokomo School of Nursing provided a great opportunity for us to invest in our team members who could go and get that degree and come back and advance their careers, but also stay in their community and make a difference.
We needed people like Brian who could share with students, this is where I started and here is where I am today. And if you invest in education, right, you can take that same journey and that same path. So he's a wonderful role model, a wonderful mentor.
Following nearly 2 decades at Logansport Memorial, Brian began his IU Health career at Arnett Hospital in Lafayette. After a successful 7 years there, Brian was ready for the next challenge.
This was the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to go to Bloomington, be the chief operating officer, and help design and build the new Regional Academic Health Center.
That is all about education, research, and clinical care. So he was able to bring his patient focus to the continuum of healthcare down in Bloomington.
And even today, Brian regularly makes rounds to meet patients receiving care and ensures that the teams providing that care are celebrated.
It grounds me again on the why I'm in healthcare, why I'm serving, why I'm doing what I'm doing.
He's got this amazing kind of bilateral brain that is able to do the analytic, quantitative part of the job well, and then also do all of the soft skill part of the job really well. And you get one or the other in a lot of people, but you rarely get somebody who does both of those at an extremely high level, and that's where Brian really excels.
More recently, Brian and his wife Angie have extended their personal commitment to service and community building to their alma mater.
Angie and I had this conversation about what that might look like, and Angie made the point that we're both first-generation college students, and if we wanted to establish a scholarship that would outlive us, that we would focus on those who were first-generation college students, and more specifically, those from Tipton County.
That conversation grew into the Shockney Family Scholarship.
Maybe it doesn't seem like a lot of money to some people, right? But it's enough that takes that student to say, hey, somebody has some confidence in me, and they believe that I can do college. A little bit of help along the way gets you to that end goal of a career and a degree.
What's most exciting is to see their career paths and how their degree has allowed them to maybe and hopefully do as Angie and I have done and give back to their community and support Indiana University in the future.
Being an alum is easy. Being distinguished is maybe as much tenure as it is anything else, but providing more to others than you receive for yourself, that's a different thing.
He's about raising up the organization at the same time that he's trying to raise up the community where that organization lives. And that is very unique.
If I thought about what's at the heart of being a Hoosier and being an IU alumnus, it is making that impact in every dimension of your life. And I think Brian embodies that every day.
There's a laundry list of people that have poured into me to make me successful. First of all, my wife, Angie, who just poured herself into our family and raising our children so that I could have the career that I have. My parents, who raised me with great values to learn to serve. The professors, there's two in particular, Marilyn Kinsel, who made me fall in love with finance and accounting, which I didn't have that love going into business, and Nagapulakanda, who truly connected to his students. Algat Mayton, not only a mentor, but gave me the opportunity to hire on with Indiana University Health. Dennis Murphy, who was seeing in me as well what I didn't always see and continuously giving me opportunities to serve. And then I'm going to go back to my grandparents who instilled in all of us the value of community and understanding what community means. It can be your small community, it can be a large community, it can be where you live, it can be where you work, it can be where you play. And the power of a community to make a difference.